Morning you guys, it's Karen, and today I am using natural light as well as my studio lights. I've opened my blinds completely, but the sun is coming up over the buildings at the back of my house, and so yeah, it may change, so I apologise if there's any shadows or anything. I'll try and keep an eye on it. Today I am doing an anti-haul, and I already knew I didn't like these products from the new Superdrug Optimum Retinol range. But I didn't realise, since doing the research into it, there's a few other things that I'm like, really, this is just not the greatest thing ever. So today I'm doing an anti-haul, and I don't love doing these videos, to be honest with you, because I like to try and be positive and to give you things and recommendations that you can buy. But I think it's really important for me to do this because quite a few of you have asked me for my opinion, and so I want to save you money. You know, that is one of the goals of this channel, is to give you the full information so that you can make a more informed choice about whether or not to spend your money on something. And so I do like Superdrug skincare. There's a lot of their skincare that I use. You know that I love the Be Pure Micellar Water. I talked about the vitamin E facial oil. There's another range that I might look into called Phytofreeze. I haven't looked into all of the products and the ingredients, but that looks very interesting. But today we're talking about just the Optimum Retinol range. There's 5 products in the range, and I'm going to go through them each and tell you why I wouldn't buy it and why I don't recommend it. Before I get started on the individual products, the first thing I want to tell you is that this is not retinol. I'm surprised that they're allowed to call it retinol. Every single product is retinol day cream, retinol eye cream, retinol night cream. It is a form of retinol, and they do say in the description that this is a stabilized form of retinol called Retinol Palmitate. This is Retinol Palmitate they're using in here. There is no pure retinol in any single product. Retinol Palmitate is something that I talked about as an ingredient in the video on the A313 cream, but I'll briefly tell you here that I don't like to use retinol palmitate in anything during the day because it has been shown to cause tumours in animals. There hasn't been any research to dispute whether or not it happens in humans one way or the other, and so I like to try and avoid it if I can in foundations or day creams. But additionally, there's no proof that retinol palmitate works for aging at all. There is a very small amount of research, one very small study that I could find, that talks about how it can provide some extra UV protection. It has antioxidant properties. This is something that's talked about a lot by the companies that use retinol palmitate. They say that it can offer additional UV protection. That was using a 2% retinol palmitate, and like I said, a very, very small study, but not very much research out there at all. There was another study done that compared retinol with retinol palmitate in regards to the UV protection, the antioxidant properties, and retinol 1. So I don't see anything particularly positive about retinol palmitate. Like I said, it's something I wouldn't want to use in the day because of the potential, you know, connection with animals and tumours and UV light, and I don't mind if it's in a product that I'm going to use at the night, but I wouldn't rely on it as a product that would help me with aging. As I said when I talked about this, which has retinol palmitate, retinol propionate and retinol acetate, retinol propionate is the one that has the most research by it as being something that will be great for aging, for wrinkles, for pigmentation, for texture, etc. Retinol palmitate has nothing behind it for that area. So that was one of the main things I wanted you to know, that it's not retinol, it's retinol palmitate, which is a derivative of retinol, and it's one step behind retinol. So in the skin, it will need to first be converted to retinol before it can even begin its next conversion to retinol, and then on to retinoic acid, where it will be useful. And so when you read research that's saying this doesn't seem to have any anti-aging properties, it's saying it's probably because there's a full 3 steps of conversion before it becomes useful. It's considered to be at least 20% less potent than retinol. Retinol in itself is fairly mild in that it needs to convert to retinol and then to retinoic acid, but this is one step behind that. Let me talk about each individual product because that's not the only issue. Number one is the Night Sleep Cream. It is £14.99 for 75ml. This one has retinol palmitate 0.2% plus a 1% encapsulated retinol palmitate. I don't know why they're encapsulating it, because normally that is to stop irritation. I wonder if they say. No, it doesn't say. They haven't said why, but actually looking at there is some research about encapsulating, and it just makes the formula nicer to use. So there's a total of 1.2% retinol palmitate. So this is the night cream, and it has a total of 1.2% retinol palmitate. The reviews are just okay. Some of them say it's got a very weird smell, but it does have perfume in it. So I don't know what the weird smell is. Obviously, I haven't got this. And that's £15. So that one I wouldn't get, not only because of the retinol palmitate, but because it has perfume in it, and the reviews don't seem to be that glowing for it anyway. Number two is Serum, and there's actually two serums. I talk about the other one later on. There's one that's called a retinol serum, and there's one that's called a retinol facial serum, but they both seem to say they're for the face, although they've got different percentages in. So the first serum is £12.99. Retinol palmitate 0.4% plus 2% encapsulated. So that is 2.4% in that serum, and that is the highest amount of all of these. Let me just run through and check. Yes, that's the highest percentage. So the retinol serum, not facial serum, is the one that is the strongest out of all of their products. But it also has perfume in it, and apparently it's very strong. Looking at the reviews are very good, but everybody's talking about what a lovely scent it is, and others are saying how strong the scent is. So that perfume is obviously quite strong. So if retinol palmitate suddenly was proven to be a great ingredient for aging, I still wouldn't buy any of these, because it would probably be irritating if it was good for aging because of its mechanism, and to use perfume in something with retinol in just doesn't make any sense to me. Third is the eye cream. That's £12.99 for 15ml, and it's 0.2% retinol palmitate plus 1% encapsulated, so 1.2%, the same as the night cream. It also has perfume in it, and again, even if this was a great eye cream, you wouldn't want to put perfume near your eyes. That just doesn't make any sense either, you know. But especially perfume and a retinol derivative near your eyes is just a no from me. I sound really grumpy. That's why I don't like these videos. So I always think I sound really, really harsh, you know, and I don't mean to. I just do think it's ridiculous, some of the things they've put in here. Okay, number four is the day cream. This one nearly got recommended because for some reason, this is the only one out of the 5 that doesn't have any fragrance in it at all. None of them have alcohol, by the way. This one is £12.99. It has 0.3% retinol palmitate, and that's it. So it's a very, very low dose. I wouldn't buy it as a day cream because I wouldn't want to use retinol palmitate in the day, but I thought this has really good reviews, this day cream, and I thought, oh, perhaps I could use this as a night cream, because I'm happy to use day creams as a night cream, especially when, as with this one, they have no SPF in it at all. But I found out two other things about it that put me off. Number one is it's got squalene in it. It has squalane high up on the ingredient list, but then lower is squalene. It doesn't say whether it's an animal-derived product or not. I doubt it is. They tend to use olives nowadays. But squalene is something that goes rancid very quickly, so I have no idea why it's put in here, other than it's considered to be better for dry skin, like it's a lot thicker than squalane, and so that may be why. But I mean, this is the lowest dose of retinol palmitate in all of their products in the day cream, so I'm not sure why they would put it in here and not in the others. You know, I've had a look in the others and they don't seem to have it in, so that's a bit of a puzzle why that's in there. And the other thing is, this is a new ingredient to me, but it's called farnesol, and because this one doesn't have any perfume, and remember I was saying, oh, I was like, great, it doesn't have any perfume in it. It's got this thing called farnesol in it, which is a component of essential oils. Some are saying citrus oils, others are saying rose. I haven't looked into it in depth, but some are saying that it's irritating, and it could well be an irritant if it comes from an essential oil. So I think they've put that in instead of fragrance. And again, I'm not sure why they've done this particular day cream in a completely different way with squalene and farnesol in it, and the rest have just got perfume and no squalene in it, but more retinol palmitate. So 0.3, the lowest amount for that day cream. So unfortunately, I wouldn't recommend it just because of the squalene. like, I don't know, I don't see anything in there enough to stop that going off. And the Farnesol, I don't know if it's irritating or not, but if you're going to buy one of these, get the day cream, but it's a very low percentage of something that has no proof of working anyway. Scathing, that was the word I was thinking. I was trying to say what I sound like. I sound very scathing, don't I? Okay, the last product is the facial serum. Remember I said there was two, so the other serum is $12.99, this is $12.99. Both are 75ml. So both the same price. This one is Retinol Palmitate 0.2% plus 1% encapsulated, so 1.2%. The one that doesn't say facial serum is 2.4%. Like I said, that's the highest. This one has good reviews as well, but it also has perfume in it. This also has niacin in it, which is a great thing, but it has perfume in it. So I wouldn't go for that one either, of course. So the ones that have good reviews are the day cream, the facial serum and the serum. And the night cream and the eye cream don't have such good reviews that I've seen, but there may be more out there just now. When I do negative reviews such as this, it's because I'm angry at why they've decided to call it retinol, because I don't know that everybody looks at ingredients. Maybe if you're watching me, maybe you are the type of person that looks at ingredients, but I know that, like, you know, my mum, my sisters, my friends will know that retinol is a good ingredient and see something that says retinol night cream and be like, oh, that's good for your skin, I'm going to buy that. And that's £15 just gone, and it's not retinol, and it has fragrance in it. And, you know, I just think, I can't think of anything worse for your skin than putting fragrance on it. I prefer to put alcohol on, but especially when combined with a retinol product. That, you know, it's actually so low that it probably doesn't make that much of a difference, but that's because it doesn't make much of a difference to your skin, you know. I do want to say that although this is an evidence-based channel, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't try something that didn't have the evidence behind it, because that would just be naive. It may be that there isn't yet the research behind it. So, you know, a lot of the research is old, and we need more research on retinol palmitate as to whether it works as an anti-ager. But it's not a new ingredient, and if there had been any evidence of it working, I feel like somebody would have done a study by now. But you'll often find me using products and trying products that don't have evidence behind them because everybody's raving about it, and that it might mean that, yeah, this is a great ingredient. It just means nobody's actually figured out, is it any good? Why is it any good? Is there any side effects? What's the long-term effects, etc., etc. But I will try things like that. I hope that this is helpful. I hope that this saves somebody money. If you do want to use a retinol, I would recommend the Ordinary. Theirs are about £5 less than that. I think they're £4.90 for the 0.2%, 0.5%, 1% retinol, actual retinol in squalane. That's what I would recommend for you as an alternative. If you've never used retinol before, start with the 0.2%. Even with your postage, it's going to be a lot less expensive than this Superdrug range, which again, the prices to me are quite high considering this is a drugstore own brand. That's everything. I'll list all of my makeup in the description as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.